earlier this season here at LeBon. Game 1 of the regular season series played here, when Bemidji State scored 3 goals in the first period. But the game ended 10-3 in favor of Wisconsin as we are underway here. Badgers won the opening face-off, and Bemidji State will dump it in.
Only major difference between the two starting lines seems to be Ava Hills in goal for Bemidji State.
Played earlier against Wisconsin this season as Cassie Hall misses the target. It was the second game of the home series here in Madison, a 6-1 Wisconsin win. Hills faced 54 shots, saved 48 of them, but still let 6 pass. This is Hills' first start since February 13th, the first game of a series against St. Cloud State, which Bemidji State lost 6-2. Lainey Potter back for Wisconsin. We'll move it around to Laila Edwards and ahead to the Olympic teammate Kirsten Sims, who turns it over.
Yesterday, Wisconsin scored 3 goals in the first period, 4 in the second, and none in the third.
Shapovalov to Sims, trying to feed it back into the freshman. It comes to Enright, and now up to Edwards. Potter throws one in, pushed aside by Hills, and now it's collected by Sims. Overskated the puck momentarily, but resets with Potter, and Wisconsin will have to vacate the zone. It'll be interesting to see how Bemidji State comes out in this game. Obviously, defense is the philosophy, especially against a team like Wisconsin, but their backs are up against the walls. Their season on the line here in an elimination game. How does Bemidji State respond given the circumstances? Here's Maggie Scannell, had a hat trick in the opening game of this season in Bemidji, a 9-2 Wisconsin win. Marianne Picard lost the handle. It's picked up by Dronin, who had to dispossess. Ava Hills will cover up. We'll have a face-off in the Bemidji State defensive zone.
And it took 2 periods, Carter, but it seemed that Bemidji State started to find their groove in that third period, again giving up 0 goals, clean slate for that period. Can they replicate that? And whatever was working yesterday, are they able to do that again? So far, it seems they've just cleared pucks out of the zone, haven't gotten much offensive momentum, but maybe here's a break.
Bemidji State won the draw. That was the one thing that they were very good at yesterday, as Haley Armstrong misses the target. Haley Armstrong had some big chances in game 1, including a penalty shot that was denied by McNaughton. It was the most shots in a game this season that Bemidji State has had against Wisconsin, but they are just unable to put them away. Wisconsin crosses the blue line. Lacey Eden, the nation's top scorer, 69 points on the season, has put herself up among the Badger greats in terms of career points and goals and assists. Emma Venucio to Gorbatenko, who couldn't control it. Send in will push it up ahead. Nisa Gettle unable to control it, and it's picked up by Murphy, but offside is called, and that will bring the puck back into neutral ice.
And I'll say, Carter, what contributed to Wisconsin's momentum yesterday is it's much easier to be in your offensive zone than have to defend. And Wisconsin was all over the puck, all over in their offensive zone yesterday, and barely gave Bemidji time a second to sit back, really. So now Bemidji State's doing a great job clearing the zone and making Wisconsin work a little bit more for offensive penetration.
Shapovalov behind the net, over to Sims. Kirsten Sims couldn't get it past Carmen Bray, and Wisconsin will reset. It's the captain and Olympic MVP, Caroline Harvey, over to Shapovalov. Another offside called against Wisconsin.
Yeah, and Carter, we were joking before, how many times can we say Olympic MVP? Because that's the current huge storyline. Of course, 5 Badgers in total at the Olympics, 4 for Team USA, Caroline Harvey, and the other.
Harvey, won best defender at the Olympics, was tied for the Olympic lead in points with Megan Keller, who of course scored that incredible overtime winner in the gold medal game. Also led Team USA in time on ice. As Potter will put that one behind the net for Maggie Scannell, but first intercepted by Makuba. Leaper went down on the ice. Bemidji State can't clear. Now they do with Kate Johnson, bringing it forward for the Beavers. Just trying to get past both Edwards and Potter, unable to. McNaughton clumsily behind the net. Autumn Cooper now for the Beavers. Kleppinger throws one in. The transfer from Minnesota. Bemidji State applying pressure. Wisconsin able to break through. Finley McCarthy throws one towards net. Hills will just cover it up and force a face-off to her right. Excuse me, to her left.
Yeah, and I'd say that's a smart play because Wisconsin was mid-line change, so they didn't exactly have the ability, I should say, to pass the puck around. Halverson did not. So she just launched that one, now gets a nice chance for a face-off in their offensive zone.
Wisconsin controls it. A shot by Lacey Eden, and Hills makes the save. Now Gorbatenko. Another shot, another save by Hills. Now Riley Carney bringing it forward for Bemidji State. Sandberg, centering pass for Hannah Graves, couldn't find her stick. Now the Badgers coming the other way with Gorbatenko. Bringing it in, shot saved by Hills. Follow up from Cassie Hall denied. A scramble in front of the net and eventually covered up as the pressure beginning to build from Wisconsin.
And you know what, Carter? Hills is doing a great job getting in front of the puck. However, she isn't gloving really any of these shots cleanly, and that is going to be the difference maker for her because eventually you ought to pay if you're letting all of these rebounds happen right outside of your zone.
It was a tough day for Caitlin Gross, who started yesterday in net for Bemidji State. A couple ugly goals were allowed, but it is still an interesting decision to make the change after that scoreless third period that Bemidji State held Wisconsin to. Of course, you have to think potentially Wisconsin taking their foot off the gas up 7 as Bemidji State able to clear. It's going to be an icing. Bring it back in front of Hills.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Bemidji State has 15 points in 5 games against the Beavers this season. 45 points in 19 games against Bemidji State in her career. That includes 4 of her 5 career hat tricks. Here's Lacey Eden to Gorbatenko. Pounded by Carmen Bray. And again, Wisconsin has to vacate the zone. Just 9 shots so far for Wisconsin after having 51 in game 1. It was the 3rd consecutive game with over 50 shots against Bemidji State this season. Hall trying to play it forward for Gorbatenko to chase. Caught up on the boards with Makuba. Again, Bemidji State able to control the puck and clear. Sandberg's pass just out of reach for Issa Gettle, which means an icing, and they'll bring it back in front of Ava Hills. Bemidji State, very good defensively so far in this game, but if they can't generate too much offense, it's going to be a long, long day. Still just 2 shots for the Beavers.
Definitely playing a more defensive game, and part of that, again, is waiting for Wisconsin to make a mistake before jumping on them, but puck isn't really going the other way.
Gettle held up by Potter along the boards. Makuba is going to get to it. Over to Dronin, her defensive partner. It's picked up by Potter. Lost it. Bemidji State clears, and here comes Morgan Smith. Edwards over to help defensively. Smith's centering pass cut out by Laila Edwards. Smith to the backhand. It hit the crossbar. And it's a huge save by McNaughton to cover. Bemidji State against the run of play, nearly with the first goal. What a chance.
Yeah, we're going to rewatch that here. That was a 2-on-4, I believe. So unbelievable effort. And
How
I
about
mean,
that for Morgan
I mean,
Smith?
Ava McNaughton in a way really lucked out there. I don't know if she would have gotten a glove on that one had it been an inch or so lower.
First goal of this game going to be extremely important. Here comes Wisconsin. McCarthy in the middle is off her stick and turned over to Leaper. Of course, Bemidji State, they did score the first goal when these teams first played in this building back in January. They took the lead twice in that first period, but then Wisconsin scored those 8 unanswered goals, which included 2 hat tricks from Harvey and Sims to come away with the 10-3 win.
But for a team quite simply that's used to winning, it would be huge for Bemidji State to score first, shock the fans a little bit, shock the crowd, shock Wisconsin.
Senden throwing one towards net. It was blocked by Mackenzie Jones. Cassie Hall chasing that one down, but can't get past Senden. Shelby Sandberg over to Carney. Caroline Harvey there to shut down any offensive opportunities. And now Lacey Eden trying to catch Bemidji State out. Pass to Gorbatenko, couldn't get a clean shot away. Hendrickson lost her stick as it's held along the boards. Bemidji State trying to slow the game down as they clear the zone for the moment, but only just. Here's Harvey. Taking a hit from Makuba. Gorbatenko came away with it for a moment. It's Eden out in front. Big collision in front of the Bemidji State net. 4 players hit the ice. Harvey couldn't control it, but able to hold the zone. Harvey to Gorbatenko. Held up by Comstock. It comes to Eden. Harvey's shot looked like it may have taken a deflection. It's a save for Ava Hills. Her 10th of the first period.
I can't stress enough how important it is that Hills has a handle on that. She gloves that one cleanly. What's been hurting her early on, despite no Wisconsin goal, is the fact that she's let so many of them slip. And we'll take a look at Mark Johnson, his 23rd season as the head coach of the Badgers. Can't say enough good about him.
I mean, what has been said about Mark Johnson that hasn't been already? One of the greatest figures in college hockey history and just simply American hockey history, you have to say. Part of the legendary Miracle on Ice team that went on to win the gold medal.
Number 10 retired from the men's team.
As an icing is going to go against Bemidji State. And it has to be one of the biggest flexes when you can say that you've won a championship as a player at your school, and then you came back and won 8 championships as a coach as well.
Yeah, Wisconsin just loves Mark Johnson. He loves the Badgers.
Bemidji State can't clear off the face-off. Enright able to keep it in as the LeBon crowd tries to urge their team on. Wisconsin looking to punch their ticket to the WCHA Final Faceoff for the 16th consecutive season. The last time they did not advance out of the first round was 2010 as they were swept by Ohio State. That one pushed forward. Lenny Potter forward to Enright and along to Sims. Sims trying to spin away from Makuba. She's taken down. Returned the favor to Makuba. Here's Issa Gettle. Enters the zone. McNaughton out of her net to play it. And again, Wisconsin able to control the puck. Scannell to Ava Murphy. Murphy centering pass off the blocker of Ava Hills. And again, Bemidji State able to clear.
Yeah, and despite being outshot 2-11 right now, Bemidji State, both of their shots have been of great quality. So you ought to think any shot can be the one in this 0-0 game.
There's a shot from distance from Picard, misses the target. Ava Murphy. Finley McCarthy, that one blocked by Issa Gettle. There's no team in the WCHA better at blocking shots than Bemidji State. Of course, that number will be inflated with how much they do defend, but it's an important part of their play style, and it's having good results so far in this game.
Yeah, coming into today, Issa Gettle had 37 blocks on the season.
And that's as a forward.
Yeah.
Another save made by Ava Hills. That's her 13th of this first period with 2:38 remaining. Still no score in Madison.
If you want to talk about blocks, you got to point to number 26, Katie Comstock, leads her team 70 blocks this season. Unbelievable number.
Bemidji State controls off the draw. Kate Johnson trying to track it down. Paige Smith trying to reverse it. It was intercepted by Harvey. Now Eden in open ice. And another offside going against Wisconsin, so they will have to take it back to neutral ice. The Badger offense just unable to find their rhythm, which they found so quickly in game one.
Bemidji State is just sitting back a little bit more. Again, that will hurt their offense. However, their defense looks so much more sound, like a unit.
The longer Bemidji State can keep this game at 0-0, the better they'll feel. Backhander from Gorbatenko was blocked. And again, Bemidji State holding strong defensively, but can they clear it? That's Leaper who does. Kate Johnson in open ice. Trying to find Smith up ahead. Fantastic defense from Harvey to keep the Beaver offense quiet.
In a 2-on-1, Harvey was all over both players.
Kate Johnson had a step on Harvey, but Caroline Harvey, one of the best skaters, not just in the nation, in the entire world, able to shut that down. Eden now. Eden's shot, another save from Hills.
That one went right at Hills. However, it was a sneaky little snapshot, so Hills might not have expected it coming. Eden didn't have a clear range, so she could have definitely opted for a shot. So good job by Hills to be there and be ready.
Bemidji State wins the draw. Dronin gets it clear. Here comes Sandberg off a mistake by Potter. Sandberg unable to control the puck. Now it's Kirsten Sims. To her Olympic teammate Edwards. Back to Sims. Enright just not on the same page, but Wisconsin able to keep the puck. Shapovalov. Edwards, final minute of the first period. Laila Edwards to the backhand, denied. A combination of Hills and Sandberg said no. Sims off her knees to Enright. Shapovalov fanned on the first shot. Still has the puck. Sims again loses out on it. Dronin forward to Sandberg, who again gets it clear. As we're down to 30 seconds in the period and an icing against Bemidji State.
30 seconds for Bemidji State to shut out the Badgers in this first period. Yesterday in the first two periods, the team gave up 7 goals. Now in these next two, the third period yesterday and today, if stands, it'll be 0 for the latter two periods. Can Bemidji State hold?
How huge would it be if Bemidji State is able to keep Wisconsin scoreless in this first period? It would be back-to-back periods where they're able to keep the Badgers off the score sheet.
And maybe one more chance
to
for
Murphy.
Wisconsin.
Enright is going to get there first. Final 10 seconds. It's Scannell behind the net, held along the boards as the clock ticks down to the end of the first period. since November 20th against St. Thomas as the second period is underway.
Ava McNaughton maybe hasn't had to face the most, but she's been a great asset for this team, has been incredibly consistent.
Number 1 in the nation in average goals allowed this season with 1.24 per game. Wisconsin has to reset in neutral ice. Here's Lacey Eden trying to get past Carmen Bray, unable to. It's behind the net with Makuba. Under a lot of pressure from Eden and Gorbatenko. Is able to find Issa Gettle. The Bemidji State clears. It's Haley Armstrong in space. Trying to get past Jungles. Vivian Jungles defended it well. The third team all WCHA honoree this season. One of 7 Badgers to be honored.
Yeah, she did a good job there containing, allowing her teammates to come back and back her up on that one.
And it was against Haley Armstrong. Bemidji State's leading goal scorer has 15 on the season. McNaughton out to play it, was under pressure from Leaper. Laila Edwards to Shapovalivova. Here's Enright. Shapovalivova. She'll take a shot denied by Hills. A scramble in front of the net, and Ava Hills covers up again.
And despite covering up again, didn't glove it cleanly, and that's also credit to this shot. Unbelievable power by Shappy there. And again, even if it was right at the keeper, in which case that puck went right at Hills, it was hard enough that she couldn't glove it cleanly, which gave Wisconsin a second chance. And that is the key. Even if you aren't able to get a great shot off, get a powerful one, just as Shappy did.
We've seen a couple times in this game those scrambles in front of the Bemidji State net. Wisconsin is unable to get anything off of it quite yet. The Beavers have really just done a good job of making this game a bit ugly and not allowing Wisconsin to play their game. Here's another chance. Hill's able to keep it out. And it was Shapovalivova who took a big hit right in front of the net.
Yeah, it'll allow for a line change as we take a look at head coach Amber Fricklin for Bemidji State. 122 points. Was a player from 2000 to 2003. She took over from Jim Scanlon last season. Jim spent 10 seasons as head coach and is currently on the rules committee. Was also formerly an alternate captain for Bemidji State.
Amber Fricklin, definitely a legend of Bemidji State hockey. She's a part of the Bemidji State Sports Hall of Fame. Wisconsin still looking for a way through. Venucio will send it down low. Picard takes a hit from Makuba. Finley McCarthy. It's Venucio from distance. Hills makes the save and dives on top of the loose puck. Look at Ava Hills. She knows how important today is. And she makes another big save. That's now 20.
Finley McCarthy was the only Badger there off of that rebound. And if I'm Wisconsin and I'm Mark Johnson, I'm watching closely and taking notes of the amount of these pucks that aren't being gloved cleanly, and I'm crashing that net. I think the Badgers need to do a little bit of a better job of getting on those rebounds, knowing that they are often coming with their powerful shots.
Bemidji State unable to clear. Jungles holds it in. Cassie Hall, Gorbatenko couldn't get a shot away. Olivia Dronin. Really nice combination there, and here comes Bemidji State. Dronin, oh, she wasn't on the same page with Talia Hendrickson. Kleppinger will throw it back in, controlled by Jungles. We've seen a couple times in this game some odd man rushes from Bemidji State, but Wisconsin defensively has been able to shut them down.
And I think a big part of that is their speed. This is a fast Wisconsin team who's able to get back quick.
Cassie Hall in the corner. Works it around to Harvey at the point. Harvey unable to control it. And Wisconsin has to reset. Bemidji State trying to change their lines. Eden crosses in, throws one towards net, and an easy glove save for Hills.
Yeah, she was able to see that one all the way through. No hesitation there. And Wisconsin will change part of their line as well.
Wisconsin looking for a way through, looking to get this packed LeBron Arena crowd into the game. One of the loudest environments in college hockey has been so far silent.
Bemidji State 10 to Wisconsin's 12 on faceoffs.
Sims gets thrown out of the circle, which the Badger fans don't like.
Now make that 11 to the Badgers 12. Very close in these faceoffs in both games so far.
Again, Wisconsin has to vacate the zone. When we talked with assistant coach Jackie Crum in the build-up to this game, she talked about how with the Olympians coming back, it may take some time to adjust. Didn't see that yesterday, but perhaps seeing some of that rust today. Laila Edwards trying to get past Johnson. Reverses and finds Potter. Potter's shots slid aside by Hills. Shapovalov. Sims along the boards. And right. Comes to Potter. That one deflected and controlled by Makuba. Bemidji State able to enter neutral ice. Fairchild will dump it in behind. Line change for the Beavers. Potter looking for the cross ice pass. She turned it over to Carney. Riley Carney. Sandberg shot saved by McNaughton. Bemidji State trying to take advantage of their turnovers. That's how they've gotten their chances. But McNaughton once again said no.
Yeah, Potter was trying to get that one to go the length of the ice. A long pass to disrupt Bemidji State as they were trying to change their line, but just a sloppy pass at that one. Didn't exactly know where she was going or where she intended. And Bemidji State doing a good job to get a quick shot off.
Shapovalov, she's dragged down. Penalty coming. We're going to see the Badger power play, the best in the nation for the first time tonight.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Took it home 2026, so 4 of those Badgers representing.
Lacey Eden trying to track it down. She is the one who held down the fort when the Olympians were gone. The top scorer in the nation. Leads in points and assists. Harvey to Edwards. We're already seeing some changing of the lines from Mark Johnson in this game as Edwards and Harvey on the ice more together in this period. But Edwards turns it over. Shelby Sandberg trying to get it back to Makuba. Took a big hit from Gorbatenko. And here comes Harvey. Big chance for Wisconsin. Caroline Harvey's shot is blocked. Huge defensive play there by Morgan Smith. She may be a forward, but the defense on display there. Badgers coming again. Here's a huge chance. Denied. It was Cassie Hall who had an empty net. She couldn't put it in. My goodness, the Badgers have come close. Gorbatenko now trying to get past Bray. Cassie Hall couldn't control it. Bemidji State clears. Gettle sends it down low. Ava McNaughton nearly turned it over. It's an empty net! Bemidji State scores! Haley Armstrong, the Beavers lead in Madison. Unbelievable! Is the biggest upset of the season brewing in Game 2.
And Carter, we were just talking about the momentum that Wisconsin has, and look at this great recognition by Haley Armstrong, who not only secures the puck, but then realize empty net, quick backhander, and it's back into the net. We've given Ava McNaughton so much credit, deservedly so, but just a slip up like that, and suddenly it's 1-0 Bemidji State.
Disbelief from the crowd in Madison. Bemidji State leading the top-ranked Badgers, the reigning national champions, have won the last 2 WCHA tournaments, have won the last 2 WCHA regular season titles, have only lost 3 games all season, and they've only been to teams ranked in the top 4. But this is why this sport is so incredible. Truly anything can happen, and this is what Jackie Crum talked about. You cannot take a game off in this conference because you could lose easily. And now Bemidji State trying to close out what would be one of the biggest wins in program history.
Sorry, Carter. While the Badgers haven't lost to Bemidji since 2020, they haven't lost in LeBon since 2015. Still plenty of time, so not to suggest anything, but more to imply this must be an uncomfortable feeling for the Badgers.
The last time Bemidji State won in this building, 2015, as you just mentioned.
They're 5-8-3 when scoring first.
And in that 2015 season, when they did beat Wisconsin here, Bemidji State actually did qualify for the WCHA championship game, which Wisconsin won by a score of 4-0, but one of the great seasons in Beaver hockey history. How does Wisconsin respond falling behind? Of course, they did fall behind against Bemidji State earlier this season here at LeBon in the game that they won 10-3. They fell behind twice in that one, but that was in the first period. Now we're deep in the second. Big chance again denied by Hills. Maggie Scannell back to Venucio. Scannell fires again, another save. 34 saves for Ava Hills. Ava Murphy, long shot. It's in! Not sure what happened there. The Badgers respond. We're tied at 1. Maggie Scannell's gonna claim it.
Maggie Scannell, 12th goal of the season. That'll bring her to 27 points. And it looks like it truly just was the screen there, because you're right, Carter, that at first it was Murphy who was on the initial shot, but Scannell got a piece of it, which blocked the view for keeper Ava Hills, which really was what allowed the puck to sneak in.
6 goals in 6 games against Bemidji State for Maggie Scannell this season. And after falling behind, it did not take long for Wisconsin to respond. And now it looks like they may be giving the goal to Ava Murphy. It did look like it took a bit of a deflection off Scannell. We'll see what the official scoring goes down as at the end of this one, but all that these Badger fans and team care about is that it's back to 1-1.
And regardless of who gets that credit, it was a terrific screen by Scannell.
Wisconsin looking for more. And that pass was behind Cassie Hall and turned over. Morgan Smith, Issa Gettle, toe drag, Gettle, she scores! What is happening in Madison? Bemidji State reclaims the lead.
Unbelievable. Issa Godel's 8th goal on the season, make that 18 points. She has 3 game winners. If this were to be the last goal, this would be her 4th, just completely catching McNaughton off guard.
Incredible drama in Madison, but potentially a review coming as we have a challenge from the Badgers. No goal. The challenge pays off for Mark Johnson, and we will remain tied at 1. Issa Gettle denied. As we take another look, they said Morgan Smith did not have possession as she crossed the blue line. So it will go down as offside. The goal is chalked off. And Wisconsin dodges a bullet.
Dodges a bullet, but I'm sure they're still feeling that pressure. And the thing about Wisconsin being a quick defense, getting back quick, means that they're often not taken by surprise. But what Bemidji State just did that is so unique is twice in a row, or twice in this period, I should say, they took Wisconsin by complete shock. and were able to net something quickly. While that one won't stand, Wisconsin sure has to be nervous now.
But what Bemidji State does know is that they can score on this Badger defense in a play that's not a really bad goaltending mistake. Badgers now looking for the lead. Sims! What a response! Wisconsin has turned it around. She loves a goal against Bemidji State. That is the 26th goal she has scored against the Beavers in her career. It's 2-1 Wisconsin.
Give her 23 on the season, 51 points. If the Badgers win today, that will be her first game winner of the season. Kirsten Sims, the incredible Olympian. What a response.
And now are we having another review? Looks like Amber Fricklin wants the referees to take another look. But what a response from Wisconsin, going down 1-0. Scored pretty quickly after that to tie it. Bemidji State looked like they had taken the lead. The goal chalked off, and then seconds later, Kirsten Sims gives what appears to be Wisconsin their first lead of the game, barring the review.
It was a beautiful shot. It was over glove side. Not exactly sure what they're reviewing. Could have been another offsides.
Quick review this time. And another goal chalked off. So it's happened to both teams.
What drama. And I was going to say, Carter, I completely wrong, to be honest, that if it was that quick a review, I assumed it would be a goal, but I guess it was just such a great call by Coach Fricklin, who somehow saw the offsides. Again, it's obvious if you put it in slow motion, but for her to see that in real time, great job by both teams. Both head coaches
doing their job. So it is 1-1 as that puck goes into the Wisconsin bench.
4 goals and yet 1-1, Carter.
This is what playoff hockey brings you. The drama, even in a game where I think everyone in the nation was expecting Wisconsin to once again run away with it. But Bemidji State trying to deal one of the biggest shocks in college hockey. Here's Eden. Lainey Potter trying to backhand it into the middle. Bemidji State able to clear for the moment.
And Bemidji State didn't just have one lucky capitalization off of a bad Wisconsin mistake. They've looked solid this entire period.
Lainey Potter back for the Badgers. Wraps it around off the stick of Gorbatenko and thrown behind the net. Under 3 minutes to go in a dramatic second period. Bemidji State trying to keep their season alive. A win today would force Game 3 tomorrow right here in LeBon. It would mean that they passed their win total from last season. Currently back-to-back 6-win seasons. That Haley Armstrong goal earlier this period means that they passed their goal tally from last season, their 57th goal scored. And you have to think for Bemidji State, no matter how this game ends up, they have to be happy about the growth they've shown this season. But they're going to have to face the top-ranked Badger power play once again as a penalty called. Second penalty of the day, second time against Bemidji State. It's the second time Casey Senden will head to the box.
And these are the avoidable things that just hurt so much, Carter.
Cross-checking the call. There's another look.
Yeah, I think that one has to be a call.
I think the Badger fans would have rioted if it wasn't.
Pretty
Badger
textbook definition of cross-checking, honestly.
Wisconsin 0 for 1 on the power play today, after scoring twice on the power play in Game 1. Sims. Shapovalov. It's Sims. Harvey. Edwards fanned on the first time shot. Held along the boards now. Fairchild, Bray, and Smith there for Bemidji State. Wisconsin comes away with it. Harvey's shot saved by Hills.
Wasn't the greatest shot, however, I honestly think it was a great job by Harvey, because something that this Badger team does so well is that they can shoot from almost anywhere. And while that might not be the best shot that Harvey has, really testing keeper Hills right now, keeping her on her toes, knowing she has to be ready at any point to face a shot.
Wisconsin controls the draw. Under a minute and a half to go in the power play. A 1 second difference between the game clock and the power play. If Wisconsin does not score on this power play, they'll have essentially less than a second. Here's a turnover. Issa Gettle. Big defensive play from Laila Edwards to prevent the one-on-one opportunity.
She made the mistake, but then she got right back.
Sims took a deflection, went wide. Shapovalov to Edwards. Takes a hit along the boards. Lacey Eden. Here's Harvey. Looking, shooting, deflected. 2-1 Wisconsin. Shapovalov has her third of the series.
And here's the other thing, Carter, about shooting from distance. Sometimes when Hills doesn't clean glove it, here's Wisconsin finishing on it. I mean, I've given the Badgers a hard time all game for not getting on those rebounds. Here's one. Beautifully placed into the back of the net.
Perfectly tipped by Adela Shapovalov. Had 2 goals in game 1. A goal tonight. Amber Fricklin having another conversation with the referees. And it looks like maybe another review. And it will be. Which the Wisconsin fans not happy about.
I'd need to see this one again, too. I wasn't exactly, to be honest, paying attention to whether or not it was onside or not. However, Wisconsin has been a little bit sloppy in being offsides more than usual, so I would not be incredibly surprised based on that fact alone if this one gets reversed.
Third review this period. We've had 2 goals wiped out for offside. And again, the referees will consult the monitor. As we take another look, sure the question this time will be about a high stick on that Shapovalov tip.
Man, I don't know that you can reverse that one. What do you think, Carter?
It's very tough. It definitely gets up there. The only player in the area was Hills.
That's the other thing, Carter, I think, is that the reason it's hard to reverse that one also is there was no player exactly directly in the area to where they could have been hit. And I think that's a big factor that officials take when they're deciding if something can cause harm or is dangerous. That didn't seem particularly dangerous to me.
Here comes the call. It's a goal. Third time's the charm. This one will count. Mark Johnson has seen his team fall behind twice this period, take the lead twice this period, and finally, Wisconsin will lead this game. 12th goal of the season for Shapovalov.
While I also didn't believe that would go for high sticking, I also will say I don't think that's a bad call at all by Fricklin, because honestly that one depends on referees and officials' judgments, and it could have been called the other way. So I think that Bemidji State, both teams, honestly, coaches are doing a good job recognizing when something could get called back. And in what was a 1-1 versus 2-1 game, that's not a bad call.
Lacey Eden is credited with an assist on that goal. That's her 70th point of the season. Wisconsin leads for the first time today. As we're nearing the end of this second period, a dramatic second period. A power play goal from Adela Shapovalova has the top-ranked Badgers ahead after falling behind earlier this period.
Already 3 game winners on the season. If Wisconsin is to win this game, it will go as her 4th. What an incredible statistic from a freshman on such a talented and veteran team.
She had a big job to do, taking over the position and number of the legendary Casey O'Brien, last year's Patty Kazmaier Award winner.
An all-time point leader.
What a bright future she has. Wisconsin wants a penalty as Sims is brought down, but the period comes to an end. Look to do the double in the WCHA for the second consecutive season. Wisconsin winning the draw. No matter how this game ends, Wisconsin, the team will not know who they will play in the next round. Although if Bemidji State wins, they will play Ohio State in the final face-off if they can make it to St. Paul. If Wisconsin wins, if they can close out this game, they will have to wait until tomorrow to find out who they play, with Minnesota beating St. Cloud State earlier today to force game 3, and then Minnesota State beating Minnesota Duluth in overtime after Minnesota Duluth had a game winner disallowed, forcing a game 3 in that series. If St. Cloud State can pull off the upset again on Minnesota, it will be Wisconsin, St. Cloud State. If Minnesota wins, they will play Ohio State no matter what. And Wisconsin would then play the winner of Minnesota Duluth versus Minnesota State, as we have another icing against Bemidji State. Although Bemidji State could throw a wrench in those plans if they can score one more in this period, if they can keep Wisconsin quiet, and if they can find themselves a winner.
Yeah, a lot of complications in how this could play out, but to simplify things as much as it is feasible to do so, whoever wins the best seed will play the lowest seed. And so just waiting to figure out who that is, of course, based on 2 of the games going to need a 3rd one, makes that a little more complicated.
You have to feel the real winner of all the drama that has been happening this weekend is Ohio State. 2 comfortable wins over St. Thomas. They have their spot in the final face-off booked. And I'm sure they are loving seeing Wisconsin struggle against Bemidji State, seeing Minnesota have some problems with St. Cloud State. Bemidji State gets a line change in. Lainey Potter wraps it around the boards, and it comes to Enright. Helped along behind the Bemidji State net as the Badgers get a change of their own. Olivia Dronin trying to get away from Picard. Controlled and neutralized by Venucio. She'll throw one in. Kleppinger back. Here's Scannell. Was credited with Wisconsin's equalizing goal.
Now, Wisconsin isn't even creating that much offense right now, but their sheer pressure on Bemidji State is what's allowing them to stay in their offensive zone.
Finley McCarthy working behind the net. Back to Scannell. Trying to get away from Dronin. Here's Venucio. Trying to throw one towards net. Was deflected. McCarthy's centering pass cut out by Fairchild. Puck got caught up And the referee here come the Beavers, Olivia Dronin. As Bemidji State gets another line change in.
As will Wisconsin. Partial at least.
That's been one of the big problems for Bemidji State. They've spent so much time in their defensive zone, which means the moments that they're finally able to clear, their priority is to get a line change instead of offense. As Gorbatenko throws one towards net, Ava Hills covers up, and we'll have a face-off coming in the Bemidji State defensive zone. First save of the period for Hills.
And also just to add on to that, Carter, I mean, having to play in your own defensive zone is much more exhausting than playing in your offensive zone, so they need line changes more frequently because of that.
Harvey's shot was deflected. Bemidji State gets it clear. Shelby Sandberg has Hannah Graves with her. That one cut out by Jungles. Harvey to Eden. A 70-point season for Lacey Eden this year. Leads the nation in points and assists. Is that one up into the net? Out of play. We'll get a stoppage and a face-off.
Player I want to touch on is Vivian Jungles, Carter, because, you know, with all these Olympians and such a talented roster in general for Wisconsin, players like Vivian Jungles don't always get the recognition they deserve. She is unbelievable. 4 goals, 17 assists, which really proves my point. Having so many more assists, she doesn't always get the fame, if you will, but certainly an unsung hero in my book. She's really held this fort down as the Olympians came and gone.
Here's Lainey Potter. Couldn't get past Haley Armstrong. It's now Laila Edwards, as we're again seeing Mark Johnson messing with the lines. Edwards started the game playing with Potter. We saw him in that second period, Edwards and Caroline Harvey on the ice more. Now we're seeing Edwards back with Potter to start this third. Haley Armstrong pushes behind the net, goes for a line change. Edwards under pressure from Morgan Smith. Takes a hit from Potter. Loose stick on the ground. It was Lainey Potter who lost it. Here's Enright. Sims couldn't control it. Autumn Cooper is then there for Bemidji State. Shappy Valavova cleans up. Line change for Wisconsin. Sendin trying to find one forward to Talia Hendrickson, the Minnesota State high school hockey legend. Second in career assists in state history. Paige Smith in there, Marianne Picard trying to center. Sendin cuts it out. Ava Murphy assisted Wisconsin's equalizing goal. Under pressure from Senya Leeper. Murphy trying to wall it off. It's up along the boards again. That loose stick still out on the ice. And now the puck hitting the stick. There's one fired towards net. McNaughton able to parry it aside. Bemidji State held the zone for a moment, but not long. Venucio pushing it forward. Well defended by Kleppinger. That one intercepted by Eden in neutral ice. Once again along the boards. Eden and Graves. Cassie Hall to help out. Vivian Jungles to Lacey Eden, who will push it ahead. Sandberg comes to Hall behind the net. Gorbatenko on the backhand, couldn't get a shot away. She did deliver a big hit on Kleppinger. Here's Eden. She fires into the side netting. Gorbatenko, nice hop there by the ref to avoid the puck. All the way around to Harvey. In the middle, Eden trying to volley it out of the air. Looked like a soccer player there. Hales able to cover it up. Lacey Eden may need to consult with Wisconsin soccer coach Paula Wilkins to work on her volley technique there as she heads back to the bench.
Yeah, certainly an interesting one. She's all smiles, but that really started with Bemidji State in their own defensive zone, controlling the puck, and the Wisconsin forecheck is just so strong that they were able to win the puck back without it leaving the zone.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
State tournaments.
You could say Wisconsin trying to close it out, but really trying to finish strong, because one little mistake or one great shot by Bemidji State now can tie this in what is a 1-goal deficit.
As we reach under 5 minutes, it's also starting to get to the point where Bemidji State has to think about when they will pull Ava Hills to get an extra skater as Murphy throws one wide. That one knocked out of the air by Leaper, but controlled by Wisconsin. It's Marianne Picard to McCarthy, blocked by Fairchild, and taken by Kate Johnson. Up ahead for Sandberg, excuse me, that was Armstrong, who was trying to stay on side, and she couldn't grab the puck.
Yeah, each team a little bit different, but I'd say you can probably expect that they will pull Hills about 2.5 minutes remaining on the game.
Under 4 to go. Time is running out on Bemidji State's season. Kirsten Sims, lovely control. Trying to dance past a couple Beavers, unable to do so. Harvey sends it back in. Wisconsin has to vacate the zone. It's Carmen Bray. Pushing it forward. Morgan Smith will chase and get there first. She had no one there to help. And it's Claire Enright who clears the zone for Wisconsin. Along the boards, held there by Graves and Sandberg. Sandberg comes away with it for a moment. Shapovalov defensively. And here's Sims, took a deflection just wide. Wisconsin looking for the dagger. Sims taking a hit there on the boards. Bemidji State again able to clear the zone. Sandberg able to get past Shapovalov, can't get past Jungles. Here's Sims. Dancing through neutral ice, here's Gorbatenko now. Behind the net. Paige Smith. Can't clear the zone. Gorbatenko couldn't control it. Sandberg trying to push it ahead. Two and a half minutes remain. Wisconsin looking for the dagger. Cassie Hall saved by Hills. Wisconsin applying pressure, that's Eden. Bemidji State has to clear the zone if they want to pull the goaltender. Here's Gorbatenko down low. Gorbatenko, she goes down. Coming away with it is Izzy Fairchild. Hills is looking at the bench, she's gonna go. The net is empty for Bemidji State. Wisconsin has the puck. Laila Edwards, extra skater for the Beavers. Edwards all the way down the ice, and it goes wide. An icing with 1:50 to go. As it is now 6-on-5 hockey. Bemidji State throwing everything they have at the top-ranked Badgers, trying to force overtime. Trying to take down the champions. Wisconsin wins the draw. Harvey wraps it around the boards. Wisconsin clears the zone. It's a foot race. Carmen Bray gets there first, being pressured by Eden. Lacey Eden surrounded by Beavers, but causing problems. Unable to come away with the empty net goal, but it kills more time. Under 90 seconds remain in Madison. Claire Enright to Jungles. Pressured by Paige Smith. It's Harvey now. Trying to get it to Eden. Morgan Smith back to Fairchild. Morgan Smith. It's Gettle. Carmen Bray throwing one towards net just wide. Haley Armstrong, final minute. Smith, Armstrong, Morgan Smith. Gettle, centering pass just wide. Carmen Bray now, under 45 seconds. Fairchild throws one towards net. McNaughton covers with 39. That is the best Bemidji State has possessed the puck all series long.
Of course, the extra man doing wonders, but also just great offensive job by Bemidji State, who are relentless on the attack. Of course, why wouldn't you be?
39.3 seconds remain. Bemidji State wins the draw. Carmen Bray, Morgan Smith. It's Bray, the former Gopher. Gettle to Smith. Throws one towards net. Deflected! They score! We are tied with under 30 seconds to go. The Beavers will not quit. 2-2 in Madison.
The only cheers you can hear are pretty much from the Bemidji State bench. Wisconsin fans absolutely stunned. What an effort by Bemidji State. Beautiful screen as well there. Just a simple wrist shot at the end, but man, we have ourselves a game in Laban.
Unbelievable. It looks like it went off Lainey Potter in the end. Potter, who scored the first goal in game one. And now we are 20 seconds away from overtime, but Ava Hills is going to cover that one up, and that means a face-off is coming in the Bemidji State defensive zone with 20.6 remaining. We have seen some late dramatic goals from Wisconsin this season. They had a dramatic come-from-behind victory, scored 2 goals in the final 30 seconds to beat Minnesota Duluth. They scored in the final minute against St. Thomas here to force overtime. And of course, if you go back to last year's national championship, Kirsten Sims' tying goal in the final 20 seconds to force overtime in a game that sealed Wisconsin's record 8th national championship. Another icing against Bemidji State, another face-off coming with 12.1 to go.
So incredibly impressed by Bemidji State, a team that has just not given up and been relentless. And again, we talked about the idea of a lucky goal and, oh, you catch Wisconsin off guard. It seems like Bemidji State can score any second, and clearly they have.
Eden down low, last chance. It's not going to come. Somehow, some way, Bemidji State finds a way. We are heading to overtime in Madison.
Don't call this team lucky, because they just earned that. 2-2 with only a quarter of the shots that the Badgers have. And Bemidji State has every reason to have their heads held high right now. Wisconsin in shock. Bemidji State celebrating.
The number 1 team in all of them. They have been unanimous in 12 of those 20 polls. But when the playoffs come around, anything can happen, and we are underway in overtime. 20 minutes of 5-on-5. It's not like the regular season, and it will not go to a shootout if we're still tied after these 20 minutes. The first team to score will win. Will it be Game 3 tomorrow here in Laban, or will it be Wisconsin booking their trip to the WCHA semifinals in St. Paul? We've already seen plenty of overtime hockey in these playoffs this weekend. Minnesota losing to St. Cloud State yesterday in overtime as Cassie Hall drives a save by Ava Hills. Another chance, backhander. Hills denies, and the whistle goes. The puck was still loose. The Badger fans aren't happy. Wisconsin nearly ending things in the opening minute of overtime. Grace.
Yeah, we have an overhead shot here. And you can see, I mean, there's a point you can't even see the puck because it really is completely out. Keeper never had a handle on it, yet they call it dead. So Badger fans not happy about that. However, Wisconsin will get a chance here in their offensive zone.
And as I was saying before that chance, Minnesota State beating Minnesota Duluth in double overtime earlier today to force game 3. Fans trying to urge their team on. Potter's shot is blocked. Bemidji State clearing the zone. Kate Johnson pushing it ahead. A foot race with Laila Edwards. Leaper takes a big hit from Potter. Here come the Badgers the other way. Kirsten Sims, Laila Edwards. Edwards fires, it's over! Wisconsin wins it in overtime. Laila Edwards, the hero. The Badgers will pack their bags for St. Paul.
Give her her 10th goal of the season, and what a time and what a beautiful one to have. I mean, we're gonna take a look again at that shot, but a defender in front of her and just under stick side, unbelievable. Hits the corner of the net. Can't do it better than that. Laila Edwards, have yourself a day.
For the 16th consecutive season, Wisconsin will play in the WCHA Final Faceoff. A heartbreaking end to Bemidji State's season, but they have nothing to be ashamed about. An incredible performance. Caitlin Gross giving Ava Hills her props. What a game. Referees are taking another look at the goal to make sure. For the moment, Laila Edwards with the winner.
Yeah, I believe it's just a standard. You have to kind of look deal. I don't see anything that could change that.
It's a goal. The game's over. 3-2 the final. Laila Edwards back from the Olympics. A goal in each game. And the winner in game 2 to send Wisconsin through to the semifinals as they look to complete the three-peat in the WCHA tournament.